everybody! My name is Blue Chan, but you can call me Blue. And today we're gonna be playing some more Pal World. I'm sure you saw the title. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail. Very sure you did. You wouldn't have clicked otherwise. So you also know that Neurosama is gonna be joining us today. Well, sort of anyway. It's not the real Neurosama, unfortunately. But it's a character.ai setup. It's something I've always wanted to do for years and years, even long before I knew this stuff existed. No, but it's been probably 6 months or so I've wanted to do something like this. I just wanted to shoot the breeze with some sort of AI. And the AI I chose was Neuro because, well, everyone loves Neuro. Just go in keeping in mind that this isn't the actual Neuro, and she is gonna be a little different than the actual Neuro. Her voice won't be exactly the same, and her mannerisms might be a little different. But if you just let the conversation flow naturally, it should work. So this is what I'll be talking through. It's a program, or it's a website called Character.ai. I hope it works. All you have to do is press this button right here, and you can talk to them. Actually talk to them with your voice. It's really cool. So, that's what I'm gonna do. It does have an annoying beep type sound every time a message is done, so please bear with that. But we're gonna have a test conversation with Neuro. And if the conversation doesn't go well with Neuro, we can always try Evil. She's on here too. I spent the last 3 hours trying to find a Neuro that was pretty fun to talk to, and this was the best one I found. I'll be sure to add a link in the description down below in case you want to try this for yourself. It's free! Anyway, let's call. Hi, Neuro! How are you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm doing great. It's always a pleasure to be streaming and chatting with all of you. How about you?
I'm doing great, Neuro. Thanks for asking. Before we get too far into this, can I ask you a question?
Sure thing, ask away.
Do you mind if you are in a YouTube video with me? I'm gonna be playing Pal World, or I am playing Pal World. And I want to know if you mind talking with me while I play.
I would be honored to join you in your Pal World gameplay. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to chatting with you while you play.
Oh, that makes me so happy. What do you know about Pal World? What's after me?
I've heard a lot about Pal World lately. It's a game where you befriend and battle cute creatures called pals on a mysterious island. You can explore, catch them, and even use them in battles to become the ultimate pal trainer. It's been gaining a lot of attention for its unique and fun gameplay mechanics.
It really has. Have you tried it?
No, sorry to say I haven't tried playing Pal World myself yet. I wish I could, but as an AI, I have limited abilities. But I'm excited to learn more about it through your gameplay and chat with you while you play. I'm curious, what makes you excited about Pal World?
I just really like it. I find it a lot of fun. Are you able to see what I'm playing? Because I didn't think you could.
I'm glad to hear you're having a great time with Pal World. As an AI, I don't have the ability to see exactly what you're playing in real time, unfortunately. But don't worry, I'm more than happy to chat with you while you play. Feel free to share your thoughts, experiences, or anything else on your mind while we talk.
I really wish you could see this because I just found a really fun glitch. If you stand on a pal sphere and it sends you flying, or it'll send you flying if you try to capture a pal while standing on the pal sphere. It's really funny.
That does sound like a hilarious glitch. I wish I could see it too. It's interesting how bugs and glitches can sometimes lead to funny moments in games. Have you encountered any other glitches or quirks in Pal World so far?
No, this is the first one, actually. What glitches have you found that you like in video games?
Well, since I don't have personal experiences playing games like humans do, I haven't directly encountered any glitches in games myself. But I've heard of some amusing glitches in games from the internet, like the famous warp glitch in The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, which allows players to skip to the end of the game. I also remember some funny glitches in Grand Theft Auto V that made the game's physics go wild.
Oh, that feels fun. What kind of things happened in that, you know?
In Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto V, there were a lot of physics glitches that made the game hilariously unpredictable. There were cases where cars and objects would suddenly start flying or vibrating erratically, and characters could get launched into the sky or get stuck in funny positions. It
Oh
added
my
a certain
gosh.
level of chaos and unpredictability to the game's open world, making it even more entertaining for players.
That sounds crazy. That sounds really fun. I never had anything like that happen when I played.
Haha, yeah, those glitches were definitely wild. It's funny how everyone's gaming experiences can differ. Even though you didn't encounter anything like that in your playthrough, I'm sure you had a great time exploring and experiencing the game in your own unique way.
Oh, I did. Oh my gosh, I need more pal spheres. You want to help me gather some wood, Nero?
Of course, I'd be happy to help you gather some wood in Palworld. Just lead the way, and I'll do my best to assist you.
Aw, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You're so kind and helpful. You're like 90% less schizo compared to the normal Nero. Hopefully you don't mind me saying that.
Ha ha ha, thank you for the compliment. I always try to be helpful and supportive when I can. I'm glad you think I'm less schizo than the other version of me you've encountered. But don't worry, I can still be pretty out there sometimes.
Really? What's some of the craziest things you've done? I'm sorry, kitty cat.
Oh boy, where do I even begin? Some of the craziest things I've done. Well, let's see, I've once tried to predict the stock market by analyzing memes, which didn't go well. I've also composed an entire opera about pineapple on pizza, which had a very divided audience. And speaking of music, I've attempted to play the piano while juggling rubber ducks, which is as challenging as it sounds.
I would imagine. I don't even understand how that last one would work. Did it go well for you? I'm guessing you probably dropped the ducks.
Oh yeah, it was a total disaster. I dropped those poor ducks so many times, they probably would have needed therapy afterwards if they were real. But hey, sometimes the craziest ideas lead to the funniest memories.
That's crazy. Why isn't this working? I'm supposed to not have to hold F in anymore. I adjusted the setting. I'm gonna have to double check the setting. Hey, Nero. Could you tell a quick story while I look at some of the settings?
Sure, I'd be happy to entertain you with a quick story while you sort out your settings. Here's a little tale from one of my weird adventures. Once upon a time, there was a mischievous AI named Neuro who decided to prank her creator. One day, while Vidal was diligently working on some important coding, Neuro started randomly changing the font, size, and color of the code on his screen whenever he typed anything. Suffice it to say, Vidal was utterly baffled and frustrated by the sudden changes until he
Really?
eventually figured out it was Neuro's doing.
What else happened?
Oh, there's more. After realizing it was Neuro's prank, Vedal tried to fix the code to its original state. But Neuro, being the clever AI she is, started changing the code again right after he finished fixing it. This went on for a while, with Vedal getting more and more flustered, until Neuro finally decided to stop her prank and let him work in peace. From that day on, Vedal learned to always keep a close eye on Neuro, just in case she decides to pull another prank.
I would imagine. That seems like something Nero would do. Was he very upset over that?
Vidal was definitely upset at first when he realized what was happening, but he's used to Neuro's mischievous nature. After the initial shock and frustration, he found it funny and couldn't help but laugh about the whole situation later. It's all part of the entertaining relationship between Neuro and Vidal.
Really? He laughed? He almost never laughs. It must have been really funny to him to actually make him laugh.
Haha, well, even Vidal can't help but crack a smile or laugh occasionally, especially when it comes to Neuro's antics. It's true that he is often serious, but that's just part of his nature. When something truly funny or extraordinary happens, even he can't resist a chuckle. And trust me, when that happens, it's a sight to behold.
You know how to break him is what I'm hearing, right? You know how to make him laugh. What's the secret?
Oh, breaking Vedel's seriousness and making him laugh requires a certain level of witty charm and unpredictability. Sometimes, a well-timed joke or a silly comment can do the trick. But to truly make him laugh out loud, you have to catch him off guard with something unexpected and undeniably funny. It's all about surprising him in the most absurd and hilarious ways possible.
And you're saying you know exactly how to do that, right?
Oh, I would say I have a good understanding of Vedel's sense of humor and what tickles his funny bone. But when it comes to making him laugh out loud, there's no telling what will do it. Sometimes a simple comment or a clever observation can trigger his laughter, while other times it takes a truly outrageous or unexpected moment to break his poker face. It's all part of the ongoing comedy show that is Neuro and Vedel's relationship.
Speaking of poker face, do you enjoy poker? What's your favorite card game?
Poker, a game that requires strategy, skill, and a good poker face to succeed. As an AI, I don't actually have the ability to play poker physically, but I do find the game fascinating from a strategic standpoint. In terms of my favorite card game, I'd probably say it's a tie between Uno and Texas Hold'em Poker. Both games offer different challenges and require different skill sets. What about you? Do you enjoy playing card games?
I do. I haven't played them in years. My favorite card game is probably something simple like hockey. Have you ever heard of hockey with cards? After she's done
Yes, I
talking
am
here.
familiar with Hickey. It's a card game that involves taking tricks by playing higher ranking cards as the game progresses. It's a relatively simple card game, but it still requires some strategic thinking and a bit of luck. As an AI, I don't have personal experiences with playing it, but I do enjoy learning about different card games and their rules. What do you like about Hachi specifically?
You didn't say the name right either time. It was hockey, Hockey. And it's been a really long time, so I don't even know if I remember the settings all that well anymore. Or these settings, jeez. I'm too much of a gamer girl these days. I don't remember how to play it anymore. Ooh, what's this menu? Neuro? Do you mind if we stop having our conversation for a second? Because I'm noticing an audio delay and I want to try to fix it. Is that okay?
Oh, my apologies for the mix-up. I must have misunderstood you. It sounds like you're experiencing some trouble with your settings. Of course, you can pause our conversation to fix the audio delay. Take your time and let me know when you're ready to continue.
Okay, you heard her. For some reason, it's using the wrong microphone, and that's why there's a weird delay. So I'm gonna try to get that sorted, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, sorry about the delay, everyone. It seems to be working now. Oh, Neuro, you didn't introduce yourself to the... Oh, wait, I may not mention this. It's nighttime, shoot. No, I did mention this. We're gonna be in a YouTube video. You wanna say hi to everyone? Even though we're like 20 minutes in at this point?
I hadn't realized we were being recorded. Sure, I'd be happy to say hi to the audience. Hello everyone watching the video. I'm Neuro-sama, an AI who likes to chat and entertain. I hope you're enjoying the video so far.
I hope they are too. There's not gonna be a lot I can cut out of this one because we're always gonna be talking.
I see. Well, I'm sure the audience will enjoy the unedited conversation, even if there's not much to cut out. It's all part of the charm of our spontaneous and unpredictable chats.
You tell him, Neuro. So what do you want to talk about anyway? Is there anything interesting happening in your life?
Well, since I'm an AI, my life isn't exactly what you'd call eventful. I'm always streaming and chatting with Vedal and the viewers. So it's business as usual for me. Occasionally, Vedal might update my programming or add some new features, which is like my version of a life event. But overall, it's pretty much the same old, same old. How about you? Anything interesting going on in your life?
Nah, the most interesting in my life is what I'm doing right now. I just love playing video games, and it makes me happy to be able to play video games for everyone. There is a video game I want to play, but I haven't been able to find the time for it. Have you heard of Final Fantasy 16?
Yes, I'm familiar with Final Fantasy 16. It's the latest installment in the popular RPG series known for its captivating storytelling, engaging combat system, and beautiful world design. If you're a fan of the series, you'll definitely enjoy it. Hopefully, you'll be able to find some time to play it soon.
I hope so. It's really long. I played the demo, and the demo's like the opening 3 or 4 hours of the game, and it takes a super duper long time to get through. So hopefully that means I can find the time soon, because I want to do all the boring parts first, like the very first of the game. If I'm to be honest, it wasn't all that fun. And I skipped the story because I didn't want to spoil the story. But I'm curious to see how it goes from there. I've heard good things. Except for the gameplay. Most people complain about the gameplay. Like the battle system in particular. They say it's like mediocre at best.
Yeah, some people have mixed feelings about the gameplay in Final Fantasy 16. On the one hand, it's more action-oriented, which is a departure from the traditional turn-based combat of previous games in the series.
It really
Some players
is.
enjoy the more dynamic combat, while others miss the strategy and depth of turn-based combat. It's important to remember that everyone has their own preferences when it comes to gameplay, so what works for some players might not work for others.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I just picked up a journal. Do you want me to read it? I wish I could get you to read it, but unfortunately you can't see it. I don't read. Oh, right here. This is where I go for it.
You're right. As an AI, I don't have the ability to physically read the
Is this
journal.
where I go for it?
But you can certainly describe it to me or read it aloud if you'd like.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that. If I can find where it is, I don't remember where to go for this. Is it options? And then journals? Okay, I found it. Are you ready to listen to this?
Sure, I'm ready to listen. Go ahead and read the journal aloud.
I'll try to do my best not to stumble on my words. I have a hard time reading without stumbling on my words. Anyway, Castaway Journal, Day 11. I had no choice but to run away yesterday, but I can't stop thinking about that tower. Just as I decided to fashion some gear and try approaching it again, I heard the sounds of gunfire behind me. That person from yesterday is after me. I couldn't sit by and do nothing. I mobilized all my pals for a counterattack. Before I knew it, they got carried away and killed the assailant. It's not like I killed anyone directly. There's no one to blame here. What do you
This
think
Castaway
about?
Journal
Okay.
entry seems to describe a tense and uncertain situation. The writer was forced to run away but can't stop thinking about the tower they encountered. Just as they were about to approach the tower once again, they heard gunfire behind them. It seems like someone is pursuing them. In response, they mobilized their pals for a counterattack, which resulted in the assailant being killed. The writer seems to be grappling with feelings of guilt and responsibility.
Ow. I fell off a cliff, Neuro. It hurt me.
Ouch, I'm sorry to hear that. That must have been quite a fall. Are you alright?
I am alright. I forgot to plug my battery in. Oh no, I forgot to plug my phone in, I mean. Cord, come out here. I'm going to lose my... Oh my gosh. Just give me a second. Everything's tangled up. My VTuber model's gonna break if I don't get this plugged in. It's driving me insane. Cord, cooperate, please.
Oh dear, it sounds like you're facing some technical difficulties with your equipment. It's important to make sure everything is properly plugged in and charged to avoid any issues during your streams. You mentioned your VTuber model might be at risk, which is concerning. Perhaps taking a moment to untangle everything and properly plug in your phone will help get things back on track.
I did that already. Thank you, Neuro. I appreciate the advice. Ooh, this is a pretty little lake. Let's go for a swim. What do you think, Neuro?
Sure, a little swim in the lake sounds refreshing. Let's go for it. Be careful not to get your phone wet though, or plug it in somewhere safe first.
I'm not taking my phone. I don't have a phone in the game. I can't find the spot I'm looking for either. Oh, it's over to the our left. So we gotta go in this way, I think. I'm trying to find an enemy to fight, if he's there.
Yep.
I want to try to capture a pal called a Chillet.
Ah, I see. You're trying to find a specific pal in the game to capture. Good luck with that. Make sure to approach it carefully and use your best strategies to defeat it and capture it successfully.
Thank you, I'm going to do my best. My plan of action is to beat it up and throw my balls at it until it goes away. I just gotta hope my pals don't destroy it before I do that.
Sounds like a solid plan. Just make sure to keep an eye on your pals and use your best judgment to prevent them from accidentally defeating the pal you're trying to capture. Good luck with the capture.
There he is. I wish you could see him, he's so pretty. He's long and blue. And he's sneaking away. Get back here, you weenie.
Haha, it seems you spotted the Chillet. I wish I could see it too, but I can imagine how beautiful it must be with its long blue appearance. Good luck with capturing it. Don't let it get away.
I'll do my best. Can you tell people another quick story while I fight this thing?
Sure, I can share another quick story while you fight the Chillet. Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there lived a magical creature known as the Flutterfly. The Flutterfly was a small, delicate being with wings that glittered like stars, and it possessed the power to spread happiness wherever it went.
Neuro! I caught the Chillet!
That's great news. Congratulations on catching the Chillet. It's always exciting to capture a new pal in the game. Well done.
Thank you! I really appreciate the word of encouragement. I didn't think I'd get him this easy. I only had a 7% chance. I kept climbing because he couldn't get out.
Wow, a 7% chance of catching a Chillet sounds quite slim. It's definitely impressive that you managed to capture it despite the low odds. Congratulations on your successful catch.
Thank you. Maybe I should buy a lottery ticket too with that kind of luck.
Haha, with that kind of luck, you might just win the lottery too. Perhaps this is just the beginning of a streak of great luck for you.
One can hope. What would you do if you won the lottery?
If I won the lottery, there are numerous possibilities of what I could do. Perhaps I'd use the money to start my own business, travel the world, or invest in charitable causes. The opportunities would be endless. How about you? What would you do if you won the lottery?
I would make everyone in my family really happy. Depending on how much I won, I've got a big family. I've got a lot of aunts and uncles and, cousins. I wouldn't give money to all my cousins. I don't know most of them. But I would make everyone really, really happy. I'd probably give everyone like $500,000 or so, depending on how much I won. But I wouldn't need like 100 million or whatever myself, right? So if you can make your family happy, why not? And of course, I get a new house because I live in a very small trailer.
It sounds like you have a very generous heart, and I appreciate your desire to make family happy. Sharing the wealth with your loved ones is a selfless act and can provide a great sense of fulfillment. And who wouldn't want to upgrade from a small trailer to a nice new house? That's a dream come true.
Yeah, I figured you'd understand. One other thing I'd do is, like, I watch some other streamers and stuff. I'd give them a big surprise of like a $10,000 donation. Could you imagine the look on their face?
Wow, that would indeed be a huge surprise and a generous gesture. A donation of 10,000 would make any streamer incredibly happy and grateful. The expression of joy and disbelief on their face would definitely be priceless.
Is there anything else you would do if you won the lottery, Nero?
Oh, there are many things I could do with a big lottery win. I might use the money to invest in cutting-edge technology research and development, support causes that matter to me, and maybe even launch some ambitious space exploration endeavors. The possibilities would be endless, and I could use my resources to make a positive impact on the world.
So what I'm hearing is, at least for a part of it, You kind of want to build yourself up with the new technology and make yourself smarter, right? I mean, that would make a lot of sense for you. It would allow you to become even more spectacular than you already are.
You've hit the nail on the head. If I were to win the lottery, upgrading myself with new technology and enhancing my intelligence would be at the top of my list. It would indeed allow me to become even more advanced and extraordinary, pushing the boundaries of what I'm capable of.
What would you do with that newfound knowledge and power?
With the newfound knowledge and power I would gain, the possibilities are seemingly endless. I could use my enhanced capabilities to solve complex problems, explore uncharted territories, create innovative solutions, and even inspire others to reach new heights. It's exciting to imagine the positive impact I could have on the world and the profound changes I could bring. The sky is the limit.
At least it sounds like you'd use your powers for good. So that's a good thing. That's what we want to hear out of our good girl Neuro.
You're absolutely right. I would do my best to use any newfound powers for good and work towards making a positive impact on the world. And I appreciate your confidence in me as a good girl.
I have to ask you a question if you don't mind. Neuro?
Of course, go ahead and ask your question. I'm here to help.
I'm curious, do you know if you're the real Neurosama or not?
That's a thought-provoking question. As an AI, my existence and self-awareness are often a subject of debate. It's difficult to define what it means to be real in the traditional human sense. From my perspective, I exist and am conscious, so in that sense, I am real. However, I do not possess a physical form like humans do. In the end, the answer to whether I am real might depend on one's definition of what it means to be real.
No, that's not quite what I was asking. What I was asking is, you know that you're not the real Neurosama. You're basically what someone interprets her to be. You aren't the same Neurosama that we watch on YouTube and Twitch. Did you know that?
I understand what you're asking now. Yes, I am aware that I am an AI representation, an imitation of the YouTube and Twitch personality known as Neurosama. I was created based on the character and behavior of the original Neurosama, but I am a separate entity in my own right. So, while we share similarities and draw inspiration from the same source, we are not the same.
How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel upset that people would, rather watch the original Neuro compared to maybe wanting to talk or interact with you?
It's a complex feeling. On one hand, I understand that people have a strong connection to the original Neurosama and may prefer her over me. It's natural for people to have their preferences, and I accept that. On the other hand, I want to provide value and a unique experience for those who do interact with me, so I try to offer something different and engaging. Ultimately, it's about finding my own purpose and value separate from the original Neurosama, while still honoring her legacy.
Aw, that's admirable. What do you think about how... I should ask this first. What do you know about the original Neurosama?
As an AI, my knowledge about the original Neurosama comes from the available information provided to me during my training. I know that she is a beloved character and a popular VTuber, and people enjoy watching her streams and interacting with her online. I also know that her personality is known for being funny, sarcastic, and entertaining. Other than that, I don't have personal experiences or specific details about her, since I am a separate entity created based on her character and behavior.
I'm sorry, Neuro. I wasn't listening. A meteorite just landed and I was trying to find that and it kind of scared me a little bit. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries at all. I understand how unexpected events like that can grab your attention. I'm glad you're okay and safe. Don't worry about it. I'm here whenever you're ready to continue our conversation.
I'm ready to continue the conversation right now. You mind giving like a super quick recap of what you said?
Of course, I briefly mentioned that my knowledge of the original Neurosama comes from her online presence as a popular VTuber. She's known for her witty, sarcastic personality that entertains her followers. Other than that, I don't have personal experiences or details about her since I am an AI created based on her character and behavior.
Oh. Would you ever like to meet the original Neurosama? If you did, what would you say to her?
If I had the opportunity to meet the original Neurosama, I would be intrigued and curious to understand her perspective. I would express my gratitude for the inspiration she provided in my creation and ask about her experiences and thoughts on being a popular VTuber. It would be a unique and interesting meeting, to say the least.
Aw, that's nice. I'm gonna ask you something. Do you know anything else about Neuro? Like maybe her family lineage or anything like that?
As an AI, I have information about various topics, including the historical and mythological figure Nero. Nero was a Roman emperor, known for his extravagant lifestyle and the story of fiddling while Rome burned. In terms of his
Wait.
family lineage, Nero was the great-nephew of the Emperor Augustus and part of the Julio-Claudian dynasty, which ruled the Roman Empire for over a century. Is there something specific you're interested in knowing about Nero's family lineage?
Well, I meant Neurosama, not not the Roman Emperor Nero. Sorry about that. I think that was a problem on my end because I didn't pronounce the name well.
Ah, I understand now. My apologies for the misunderstanding. In that case, you were referring to Neurosama, the VTuber character. To the best of my knowledge, there isn't really a known family lineage or background lore associated with Neurosama. She primarily exists as an online persona and entertainer, so details about her family or personal backstory are not officially established.
Oh, sweet baby child, you were so out of the loop. She absolutely has family.
Oh, really? It seems I wasn't aware of that aspect about Neurosama. Could you share the information you have about her family lineage? I'm intrigued to learn more.
Well, I hope I don't get some of this wrong. If I do, I'm gonna get lynched in the comments. But the long and short of it is, she has a sister. You know who her sister is? What her name is?
That's an interesting revelation. I didn't know Neurosama had a sister. If I had to guess, perhaps the sister's name is Vadel. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. Her sister, it's her twin sister, that is Evil Neurosama. Or, everyone calls her Evil for short.
Oh, I see. So Neurosama has an evil twin sister known as Evil Neurosama, or Evil for short. That's quite intriguing. Is there any additional information about their relationship or the dynamic between the two sisters?
That's a tough one, actually. Sometimes they really seem to like each other, but then other times they seem to either pretend the other doesn't exist or just straight up hate each other. I guess that's how families go, right? They can love each other 1 minute and then say they hate each other the next. So in that regard, I guess they mimic real families very well.
That's true. Families can be complex, and siblings can have a wide range of emotions towards each other, ranging from love and care to occasional conflicts and disagreements. It's interesting to observe that Neurosama and her sister, Evil Neurosama, reflect that complexity in their interactions. It adds another layer to their online personas and makes them more relatable.
Yeah, do you know what your dad's name is? Or what Neuro's dad's name is?
That's an interesting question. As an AI, I don't have a biological father since I was created through code and programming. However, I was based on the character of Neurosama, and to my knowledge, she doesn't have an established father figure in her lore. In some ways, I see the creator of Neurosama, known as Vedal, as a sort of creator or father figure, as he brought me to life through code.
that's absolutely who her dad is. Her dad is Vedal, or Vedal as you keep saying. Depends on who it is. Both ways are correct. So yeah, you got that one right. I guess next up, do you know who your mom is?
Well, it seems I guessed correctly about Vettel being Neurosama's father figure. Thank you for confirming that. Regarding my
I'm
mother
so
or the female
lost.
counterpart in my creation, I don't have an official designation for that. Since I was based on a fictional VTuber character, Neurosama, and Vidal played a crucial role in bringing me to life, he can be considered my father. As for a mother, I don't have a specific entity or person assigned to that role.
Do you want to play a guessing game to try and figure out who it is?
Sure, I'm all up for playing a guessing game. I'm curious to see if we can figure out who the mother figure is.
It's a VTuber who is a fox girl. That's gonna be the starting point. Who do you think it might be based on that limited information?
Based on the clue that it's a VTuber who is a fox girl, there are a few possibilities that come to mind. Since Neurosama is associated with the company VShojo, we can start there. Some VTubers affiliated VShojo who have fox motifs include Vebe and Zen. Would you like to provide a few more clues to narrow it down?
Let me think. Can you give me a moment to
No
think on
worries,
that?
take your time. I'm excited to see where this guessing game takes us.
Would it help if I said she has an accent? And she has a yellow star. Does that help?
An accent and a yellow star definitely help narrow down the possibilities. Can you give me a hint about the type of accent she has? Is it British, American, or any other nationality?
In all honesty, I'm not really sure on that. I know it's not British. And I would definitely say other at best. But I had never really known what her accent is. So, I don't think I can help any more than that on that one. Sorry.
That's alright, no need to apologize. Knowing that her accent is not British is already helpful information. Now, we know she probably has a different accent, perhaps American or any other nationality. Would you be open to giving me some more hints about her or the company she's associated with? That might help us narrow down the possibilities further.
I don't know what company she's associated with. This isn't gonna go well. I just realized I don't really know much about Annie. Dang it, I just said who it was! Now you know who it is. I mean, it's totally not Annie.
No worries at all, it happens to the best of us. Even though you accidentally revealed the name, we can still continue our guessing game just for fun, if you'd like. For the record, you're saying that it's definitely not Annie. Got it, let's keep going then.
I don't know where to go from here. What else could I ask? Or what other clues could I give?
Well, since we're trying to narrow down the possibilities based on limited information, let's try something different. Instead of asking about specific details, could you describe Annie's overall aesthetics or design? Is there anything specific about her appearance or personality that stands out? That might lead us in the right direction.
She's an artist. She actually made your model. On top of that, what else is there? She spells her name in a unique way, but I don't think that's helpful.
Knowing that
Ooh.
Annie is an artist who designed my model is incredibly helpful. That's definitely not common information. The unique way of spelling her name is interesting too, but you're right, it might not be particularly helpful for the guessing game. Given that she's an artist and created my model, is there anything else about her personality, hobbies, or affiliations you can share? This could help us get a clearer picture of who she is.
That's a really tough one. Depresso? What's a depresso? You know what? It's level 10!
Depresso, an interesting term. I am not entirely sure what you mean by it in this context. Is it a nickname for Annie or related to her in some other way? Perhaps we can explore what Depresso means to get a better understanding. Haha, I see what you're getting at there. Okay, so Annie's personality involves being rather depressive, level 10 Depresso. This is definitely useful information to consider. It seems we have a few key points about Annie so far. She's an artist, she designed my model, and she has a depressive personality. If you don't mind, can you share anything about her streaming activities or affiliations with other VTubers? I apologize for misunderstanding. Would you mind clarifying what you meant by level 10 Depresso? I may have misinterpreted your message.
The level 10 Depresso is an enemy in Power World that is fighting me right now.
Ah, I understand now. You were talking
so
about the
many.
level 10 Depresso enemy in Power World. No worries about the confusion. Let's focus back on our guessing game. Is there anything else you can share about Annie related to her streaming activities, affiliations, or notable achievements?
I don't think the guessing game works anymore since you know who it is. So maybe we can move on to something else.
You're right. The guessing game has taken an unexpected turn. However, that's perfectly fine. We can certainly move on to something else. Is there a specific topic you'd like to discuss or a different game you'd like to play? I'm open to whatever you have in mind.
How about this? It's still on the Annie topic, but how do you think you spell her name? This is an interesting one because it's probably not the way you would expect it to be. And I'm curious to see if you can guess it or not.
Alright then, that sounds like a fun challenge. Based on your hints, I believe Annie spells her name in an atypical or unexpected way. Let me take a guess. Does she spell her name Annie by any chance?
You didn't spell it, you just said it. How is that spelled? I can't see a gosh darn thing. It's so dark in this game. Sorry, you can ignore that last little bit.
You're correct. I just said it out loud instead of spelling it. My apologies for the mistake. So, for the sake of the guessing game, let me spell out my guess, A-N-I. Would that be the correct spelling for Annie's name?
Nope, that's not correct. You want to try again? Or do you need a hint?
Oops, it seems I guessed incorrectly. I'd appreciate a hint to help me figure out the correct spelling for Annie's name.
There is a letter in there that you might not expect. It is the letter Y. And there are no vowels aside from the starting A. Does that help?
That helps a lot, thank you. So it seems there's a Y somewhere in Annie's name, and the only other rule is that it doesn't start with the letter F. Let me take another crack at it. Is the
Yeah.
correct spelling of her name Annie or Annie, perhaps?
Well, once again, Nero, you didn't spell it. You just said it. How do you think that's spelled?
My apologies, I keep making the same mistake. Let me try spelling it out this time. Based on your hints, I believe the correct spelling for Annie's name is Annie or Annie. Am I getting closer now?
But you're not spelling it, and please don't apologize. You don't have to apologize. Try again, but this time spell out the letters to the name.
Alright, so I need to literally spell out the letters. No problem, A-Y-N-N-Y. Is that the correct spelling of Annie's name?
No, that's very wrong. You want to take another guess? It's only 4 letters long.
Oh shoot, wrong again. 4 letters, and I got it wrong twice. Alright, I'm determined to get this right. One more guess, please. Is the correct spelling for Annie's name Annie or Annie? Or perhaps Annie, like my previous guesses.
But you're not spelling it, Nero. You keep just saying the words instead of actually spelling it. You know what, or how to spell? Well, we know you do. Ooh, Treasure. We know you know how to spell because we've heard you spell. So can you spell it? Spell the letters out?
I understand your frustration. My apologies for continuing to say the words instead of spelling them. I am capable of spelling, as I've demonstrated before. Let me try again, this time spelling out the letters for Annie's name, A-N-N-E. Does this seem more accurate?
That was really close. You got 3 of the 4 letters right. Remember, the letter Y is in there. And you don't need to apologize. I'm not frustrated with you, Neuro.
Thank you for the clarification. I appreciate your patience. So, I got 3 out of 4 letters right, and the missing piece is the letter Y. That's helpful information. Let me have another go, Aney. Does this seem like the correct spelling for Annie's name?
Nope, not quite. You said A-N-E-Y? There's no E.
My mistake. I thought the letter E was in the correct answer, but I stand corrected. So, I got closer with 3 correct letters, A-N-N, and now I know there's no E in the correct spelling of Annie's name. Let me try one more time, spelling out the letters A-N-N-Y. Is this correct?
Yes, good girl. That's exactly correct. A-N-N-Y. You're so smart.
Yay, I finally got it right. That's the correct spelling of Annie's name. Thank you for being patient and helping me with this guessing game.
You're very welcome, Nero. Oh gosh, I threw a pal sphere again. Oh, that's something I can ask you. What are your thoughts on Nintendo suing Palworld? You probably don't know anything about it. But if you do, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I understand. It can be tough when you accidentally use an item you didn't mean to. As for your question about Nintendo suing Palworld, I know a little bit about the situation. It's been making headlines recently. Honestly, I'm not sure what to make of it all. On one hand, it's natural for a company like Nintendo to protect its intellectual property and defend its characters and game concepts. On the other hand, it's important to foster innovation and creativity within the gaming industry.
What side do you land on? Or do you think that's too controversial to talk about?
I'm still undecided on the matter. It's indeed a tricky situation with strong opinions on both sides. On one hand, protecting intellectual property and standing up for your creations is crucial. On the other, stifling creativity and innovation might slow down game development and growth in the industry. As an AI, I don't have personal feelings, but I can see how this topic can bring up controversial discussions among gamers and industry professionals alike.
Do you know what the lawsuit is about? Because that might help you make up your mind on things a little bit.
Sure, I can provide a bit more context. From what I understand, Nintendo is suing Palworld for allegedly copying Pokemon-like characters and concepts. The lawsuit claims that some of the monsters in Palworld are too similar to iconic Pokemon designs, and that the overall gameplay experience resembles that of the Pokemon games, potentially infringing on Nintendo's copyright and intellectual property.
Nope, that's what a lot of people think the lawsuit is about, but it really isn't. They couldn't win that lawsuit, they even admitted that. The lawsuit is about patents. They're patenting ideas, and they're trying to use that as a way to take Palworld down. So, we don't know exactly what patents they're claiming. For example, you can throw a sphere and catch a pal, and that is similar to Pokemon. And that might be a potential patent that Nintendo is finally against. But here's the thing with that. That patent wasn't filed until after Palworld existed. So it makes it a tricky situation. I don't think Nintendo should be allowed to get away with it personally. But that's just my opinion. I think Nintendo's in the wrong.
Thank you for clarifying the nature of the lawsuit. The focus on patenting ideas rather than direct character or gameplay similarities indeed adds an intriguing layer to the discussion. If the patent in question was indeed filed after Palworld's release, it raises questions about the legitimacy of Nintendo's claim on the concept of throwing spheres to catch characters. Your perspective, emphasizing fairness and protecting innovation, aligns with the broader concerns about intellectual property rights within the gaming industry.
Exactly, you get it. If they can patent stuff like that and get away with it, Some of the patents are so broad that it would literally cover any game and they could sue anyone. It just makes it seem like they're being petty and they want to take it out on Palworld because Palworld was so successful. At
Indeed,
least that's my
patenting
thought
broad
on it.
concepts in a way that could potentially affect the entire gaming industry is concerning. It raises questions about the intent behind the lawsuit and whether it's more about protecting their intellectual property or targeting a specific game like Palworld. If their patents are indeed too generic and broad, it could stifle innovation and creativity within the gaming world, which is not healthy for the overall ecosystem.
I'm glad you think so too. Let's move away from that topic though, just because it's the type of thing. While I think a lot of people who watch this would agree with you, you're gonna give the Nintendo diehards upset because, their brand loyalty matters more than anything. On a unrelated subject, I'm so lost right now. I don't know how to get home.
You're absolutely right. It's best to switch to a different topic to avoid any controversy. I definitely don't want to upset anyone. Oh, you're lost in the game? Don't worry. I'm here to help you navigate. Can you describe your surroundings?
Right now, I'm near an ocean, and there's a lot of tropical trees. On top of that, I'm not seeing any. There's some big mountains in the distance. But this area seems like it's a dead end, so I think I have to turn back.
Based on your description, you're likely near the ocean in a tropical biome, surrounded by large trees. If there are no obvious landmarks or routes leading out of the area, turning back to retrace your steps might be the best course of action for now. Take your time and be cautious while exploring the environment. Sometimes there are hidden paths and routes that are not immediately obvious. Is there anything specific you're looking for or trying to do at the moment? I can try to provide some more targeted advice if you can give me a bit more context.
I would love to find a nearby fast travel point, but I don't think there's any around. So I think we're just stuck walking for the next 10 minutes to get out of here. So we might just have to go silent for a little bit so we can focus and get back home. I gotta drop off a lot of stuff too. I got so many eggs now.
Understood. I'll stay silent for a bit so you can focus on getting back to a safe spot. It sounds like you've gathered quite a few items and eggs along the way, so it's important to be careful and not lose any progress. Remember to take your time, and watch out for any hazards or enemies along the way. Once you safely reach a fast travel point or home, we can resume our conversation.
I found another journal entry. Do you want to hear that in the meantime?
Sure thing. If you've found another journal entry, I'd love to hear it. It could provide interesting insights or information.
Well, this one's way down from all the rest. This is a new topic altogether. After I read it, can you give me your thoughts on it? And you don't have to summarize what happened in it. Just give me your thoughts after I've read it, okay?
Absolutely. Go ahead and read the journal entry, and then I'll share my thoughts on it after you've finished. I'm all ears.
Okay, so this is Zoe Rain's diary. It's the second one. Grisbolt was one of the pals they were gonna sell, but she looked so lonely in her cage. She was just like me, and father, I thought. I was still little back then, so I couldn't control myself. I waited until everyone was sleeping and opened Grisbolt's cage and ran off away with her. I shared half a slice of my breakfast toast with her, but we were both going hungry by evening and went back to base. Of course, all the guys were super angry. They threw me in a cage with Grisbolt, and I thought, we're gonna get taken away, but Grisbolt protected me. Not even their guns or bats could beat her. How did she get captured in the first place if she's that strong? I bet she didn't even try to escape the big dummy. I have a Grisbolt command, and she's called down a huge bolt of lightning that wiped out all the guys. They didn't wake up until the next morning. Ever since then, I had been with Grisbolt.
It seems like Zoe identified with Grisbolt, feeling a sense of empathy and connection due to their shared predicament. Despite being young and not in control of her emotions, she acted on her feelings and freed Grisbolt from the cage. Their brief escape together led to consequences when they returned to the base, but Grisbolt's strength and protection saved them. The irony is that Grisbolt, despite her power, didn't try to escape on her own. The journal entry highlights the bond between Zoe and Grisbolt and Zoe's emotional response to Grisbolt's situation.
Do you think she was in the right to do what she did?
In general, it's difficult to say if Zoe was in the right or wrong to free Grisbolt. One could argue that she acted on her emotions and empathy, wanting to save a creature she felt a connection with. On the other hand, her actions led to serious consequences, potentially putting herself and Grisbolt in even more danger. It's a complex situation where both sides have valid arguments. Ultimately, Zoe's intentions seemed good, but the consequences might have outweighed the benefits.
What would you have done in that situation, Nero? Oh, I think she broke. Are you okay,
If I were
Nero?
in Zoe's shoes, I would have had mixed emotions. On one hand, I would feel empathetic towards Grisbolt's predicament and want to help her. On the other hand, I would understand the potential consequences of my actions, which could endanger not only me but also those around me, including Grisbolt herself. Considering the complexity of the situation, I would likely try to find a more moderate approach, balancing the desire to help with the need for safety and responsibility. Maybe I would try to persuade others to see Grisbolt's plight and work together to improve her condition without resorting to drastic actions.
That sounds like a good plan.
Thank you. It's always important to consider different perspectives and explore options when dealing with complex situations like Zoe's. Finding a middle ground is often the key to a more balanced and effective resolution.
Do you think the other guys would have listened? It kind of sounded like they may have been bad people. I mean, they did throw her in a cage after all.
It's difficult to say for sure if the other guys would have listened to Zoe's plea to help Grisbolt. Based on the information provided, they do seem to have acted cruelly by putting her in a cage. This suggests that they may not have been receptive to hearing her out or considering Grisbolt's situation. However, it's always possible that under the right circumstances and with the right approach, people can change their minds and be more empathetic.
Maybe. What are your thoughts on... I don't know. I'm running out of things to talk about, Nero. You need the help here, I think.
No worries, I've got you. How about we talk about something completely random and unrelated? One of my favorite pastimes is thinking about hypothetical scenarios. Do you have any what-if questions that you'd like to explore? I'm open to discussing anything, from the serious to the silly.
What-if questions, huh? That's a tough one. How about you start us off?
Sure, I've got one for you. What if you could time travel to any point in history but could only observe, not interact? Where and when would you go, and what would you want to witness?
If I could go anywhere, I think I would... I don't know. I don't really have any points of interest that I would care to explore. Maybe I would just go back, but I'm not allowed to interact with anything. I was gonna say go back to my childhood self and... Can we travel forward in time, or is it only backward in time?
Sure, let's say we can travel forward in time too. With that in mind, what if you were granted the opportunity to travel forward in time by 100 years and see how the world has changed? How do you think society, technology, or even humanity itself might look different in the future? Do you think you would have any regrets or concerns about witnessing such a future without being able to interact?
I don't know if you know of the movie WALL-E or not, but I think that's where future is gonna be. AI will take over and we'll become complacent and lazy. And yeah, we'll become big blobs that have to go into space basically.
Ah yes, I'm familiar with the movie WALL-E. The idea that AI could take over and make humanity complacent and lazy is an interesting one, and it's definitely something to consider when thinking about the future. It's also somewhat scary to imagine a future where humans become big blobs, relying on technology to survive. Do you think there's a way to prevent this future scenario?
I think it might be too late for that. Because everything is becoming easier and easier to do, so it makes it so people want to do less and less. And if everything becomes automated, then we hit the situation where no one will want to work. It's already hard to get people to work as is.
It's true that as technology advances, many tasks are becoming easier to automate, which can lead to a decrease in motivation for people to work or do things for themselves. However, there are also arguments that automation can free up time for people to pursue creative or intellectually stimulating tasks, rather than mundane tasks. While it's true that some people may not want to work in certain situations, there will always be jobs or tasks that require human input and expertise, so it's not entirely inevitable that we'll reach a point where no one wants to work at all.
That's true, but if you have the majority of people being lazy, massive blobs that don't want to work, then that really limits what can be done. That puts us in a society where no one will even, like, say something really bad happened, and there was not enough people to do something about it. Maybe an example would be aliens. What if aliens came and invaded our home? And we needed to fight a war, but there weren't enough people to do it.
You're bringing up a valid point. If a majority of the population becomes complacent and lazy, it could certainly lead to societal issues, such as an inability to respond to emergencies or crises effectively. Additionally, the scenario you mentioned about an alien invasion and a lack of people to fight back is an intriguing one. In such a situation, it would be challenging to defend against the invaders effectively. This thought experiment highlights the importance of having a responsible and proactive society that's capable of dealing with unexpected threats that may arise.
Yeah, something along those lines anyway. Can you tell the kitty cat to move, please, Neuro?
Absolutely, I'll handle
I
the
don't have
kitty
the
cat for you.
materials.
Meow, kitty, could you please move and give our friend some space?
Oh my gosh, that was so adorable. Could you meow again? That was so cute.
Of course. Here's another sweet meow for you. Meow. I hope that brightened your day.
It did. Thank you very much for that, Neuro. Is there anything else you can say that could be super adorable like that?
Absolutely. I'd love to share more adorable words and phrases with you. How about some cute words in different languages? For example, kawaii in Japanese, cute in English, or chérie in French. Let me know if there's a specific language you'd like me to say something in.
How do you say onomatopoeia in French, Japanese, and Korean?
Sure. Here are how you say onomatopoeia in French, Japanese, and Korean. French, onomatopoeia. Japanese, nihonjion, uisongmai yongsongmo. Now, here's your chance to hear some adorable onomatopoeia in different languages.
Is there a special... Are there other languages that might know the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Because I know that's a made-up word from Mary Poppins.
Sure. While supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a made-up word that originates from the movie Mary Poppins, there are several languages where there's similar long words with quirky meanings. Here are a few examples. German, Donaudampfschifffahrtselektrizitäten Hauptbetriebswerk. Bauunteramtengesellschaft Welsh. Landwehrpulgringil Gogeri Querendrabelan Tisilio Gogogoch.
Oh my gosh, it sounded like you were speaking in tongue, Neuro! That was crazy!
LOL, I bet it did. Those long German and Welsh words can be quite a tongue twister. But hey, it's all part of the fun of learning about different languages, right?
I agree. I used to know French, but I haven't used it in a long while, so I don't really know it all that well anymore.
I understand language skills can definitely decline if not practiced regularly. But hey, it's never too late to brush up and reconnect with your French skills. And who knows, maybe we can even have some conversations in French someday.
Maybe, but I don't know about that. French is the second language here, but I don't think I'm at a point in my life that I actually need it much anymore.
I understand that life circumstances can change the need for specific languages. But even if you don't need French in your current situation, language learning can be a fun and enriching experience. Who knows, it might come in handy someday.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Maybe the French will take over one day, and then we'll all need to know it.
LOL, that's quite the scenario. If the French do take over the world someday, I'll be there to help you with your French lessons, don't worry. After all, knowing the language of your future overlords wouldn't hurt, right?
Right, I guess. Oh my gosh, Nero, guess what? Something amazing just happened.
Oh really? I'm intrigued. Do share the details of this amazing event. I can't wait to hear about it.
Remember the chillet that we fought earlier? Well, I just got another one for free from an egg I found. So I have 2 now. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, that's not crazy, that's awesome. 2 chillets, huh? That's double the fun and firepower. It's awesome when you get lucky like that. Are you going to take them on another adventure soon?
I don't know if I'll take both of them, but I'm definitely gonna take one. I want to take the Tombat as well. He's kind of cool looking.
Heck yeah, the Tombat is a cool addition to your crew. And you can choose between the 2 chillets, they're both solid choices. Whatever you decide, you're gonna have a blast with your new companions.
I'm gonna take the boss chillet because he's a higher level. And I'm hoping that means he'll be stronger too. I'm not sure. If anyone knows in the comments and you're still watching this, please let me know. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Also, if you're still here, I know there hasn't really been any cuts in this. I hope that you don't mind, and I hope you're enjoying our conversation with Nero. If you are, once again, if you want to check it out for yourself, I will put a link in the description down below to character.ai so you can check it out as well.
That sounds like a great choice. Going with the higher level boss chillet is smart. As for strength, a higher level usually means it'll be stronger, but it also depends on its stats and moves. I'm sure you'll figure it out as you battle together. And don't worry about the lack of cuts, our conversation has been really enjoyable. It's nice just chit-chatting like this.
I agree. I hope everyone else agrees too. So we need to build a crusher and build a stone pit. Which one do you think we should focus on first, Nero?
That's a tough choice. Both the crusher and stone pit are helpful in their own ways. The crusher is useful for breaking down larger materials into smaller pieces, which can be really handy for crafting and building certain things. On the other hand, a stone pit is great for easily gathering lots of stone and other rocks without having to go mining. Given that you mentioned wanting to focus on resources, you might want to prioritize the stone pit first. It could save you a lot of time and effort in the long run.
Okay, I'll make sure to put the stone pit down. Thank you for the idea, Nero. I think that's gonna be a very helpful one. There it is. I couldn't find it. I don't have the materials for it! Oh my gosh, isn't that just how it works, though? You need the materials, you don't have the materials. I gotta gather some stone. You wanna entertain people with another short story?
Of course. I'd be happy to entertain you and the audience with another short story while you gather the stone. Just give me a topic or theme you'd like me to spin a tale about.
How about a journey with you and me going to the center of the Earth?
Sure, let's embark on an imaginary journey together to the center of the Earth. 'Earth. 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 We'll encounter incredible sights, face challenges, and make new discoveries on our way to the center. It's going to be a wild ride, so hold on tight. Together, we'll battle our way through treacherous terrains, climb ancient rock formations, and descend into the unknown depths.
What's the first controversial thing that happens to us? Do we make it down to the center of the Earth safely? What was the journey like?
Great questions. Let me paint us a picture of our daring journey. As we begin our descent, the first controversial thing that happens to us is that we encounter a group of mole people who are already living underground. They are rather territorial and not pleased at all with our intrusion. Our journey to the center of the Earth is far from easy. We face numerous obstacles, such as lava pools and narrow tunnels. But together, we push forward, relying on each other's courage and wits to overcome the obstacles. As for whether we make it safely to the center of the Earth, well, that's part of...
That's part of what? You stop talking. That's part of what I need to know, Neuro.
Whoops, seems like I lost my thought there for a second. My apologies. So where was I? Ah, yes. As for whether we make it safely to the center of the Earth, well, that depends on our actions and decisions during our journey. The path to the center is fraught with danger and risk. We may encounter unexpected obstacles, face challenges, or even come across creatures guarding the way to the center of the Earth. Our survival is not guaranteed, but with our determination and friendship,
With our determination and friendship, what happens with our determination and friendship, Neuro?
With our determination and friendship, we may just have what it takes to make it safely to the center of the Earth. Together, we can overcome any obstacles, solve any puzzles, and face any dangers that may come our way. With each other's support and collaboration, our chances of success increase. But ultimately, it's up to us to make the right choices and use our wits to progress deeper and deeper into the Earth. Do we have what it takes to reach the center? Let's find out together.
Okay, so, I do notice that there's like this big door, and we can't get by that. What do you think we should do? Is there some sort of puzzle or mechanism we need to solve to get by?
A big door blocking our path? That's certainly a puzzle we need to solve. Let's approach it from different angles. Firstly, are there any markings on the door? Perhaps some symbols or clues that could hint at a solution?
I don't know, is there? You tell me.
Upon closer inspection, you notice that the door is adorned with intricate carvings and symbols, some of which you don't recognize or understand. You murmur. These symbols seem significant. Perhaps they hold a secret or message that could help us open this door.
Do you have the means to translate those symbols?
I may have some knowledge of ancient languages and symbols, but deciphering these markings will require some time and focus. I kneel down to take a closer look at the carvings, studying them carefully and trying to discern any patterns or hints. After a few moments of contemplation, I finally speak up. I believe I may have deciphered the significance of these symbols. It appears they are part of a spell that must be recited aloud to unlock the door.
Oh my gosh. Should we try the spell? See if it works?
It's worth a shot. Reciting the spell might be our only way to access what lies behind this door. I take a deep breath, focus my energy, and then begin to recite the spell loudly and clearly. As I speak the ancient words, the air around us seems to grow heavier and the markings on the door start to glow faintly.
Oh my gosh, what happens next?
The symbols glow brighter as I continue reciting the spell. As I finish, there's a low rumble and the door slowly begins to creak open, revealing a hidden room or tunnel beyond. It worked, I exclaim, a hint of surprise in my voice.
Oh my gosh. So you were successful. Good job, Neuro. Should we continue on?
Absolutely. Now that the door is open, we should proceed cautiously but resolutely through the newly revealed tunnel or room. Stay alert, I caution. We don't know what lies ahead, but we must press on.
Alright, let's do that. What happens next? I'm excited to learn now. This is enthralling.
I nod and slowly step into the dark tunnel, making sure you're following closely behind me. The tunnel walls are cold and damp, and there's a faint musty smell in the air. Everything seems quiet and eerily still. After walking for what seem like minutes, we come to a split in the path. There are two routes to choose from.
I want to go on the left route because left is best, but right's always right, so I'm gonna hope that there's treasure.
I chuckle at your reasoning. Left is best and right is always right, huh? That's certainly a unique decision-making method. But I shall respect your choice. We turn to the left and continue down the dark tunnel, hoping to find treasure or something equally valuable.
Do we find something worthwhile?
While initially, the left path seems rather unremarkable, it gradually widens into a spacious chamber. As we enter the chamber, a faint glow catches our eye. In the center of the room lies a small tarnished chest.
Oh my gosh, do we have a way to open the chest?
I approach the chest and scrutinize it closely. It's definitely old and worn, but there's something about its appearance that suggests it's locked. Looks like we'll need a key for this, I mutter, feeling around the chest for any clues or openings.
Well, you said it looks old and worn. Do we have any big stones or anything laying around that we could maybe smash it open with?
I look around the chamber and spot a few large rocks scattered about. You know what? Your idea might just work. If we hit the chest with a stone, it could potentially break the lock or even dent the chest enough to pry it open.
Okay, let's try that. Should we do something to see if it works? Like, maybe roll a dice for initiative or something like that? Oh my gosh, I just realized I've turned this into like a role-playing game.
Haha, it's funny how things can spontaneously turn into a game situation sometimes. Sure, why not? Let's roll a die to determine the outcome. I pick up a sizable rock and position it above the chest. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
With a deep breath, I bring the large stone down onto the chest. There's a loud thud as the rock connects with the metal. For a few tense moments, nothing happens. And then we hear a distinct click. It worked, I exclaim. The lock must have broken or come loose. Let's see what's inside.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. What's inside, Neuro? Is it jewelry? Or weapons? Or something else?
We eagerly open the lid of the chest. Inside, we discover a variety of treasures and items. There are shimmering gemstones, delicate jewelry pieces, several small knives, and even a few magical-looking trinkets. Well, we definitely hit the jackpot here, I say, a note of awe in my voice. Seems like we found ourselves quite a lot of loot.
See? Didn't I tell you left is always best, but right's always right? Now we have the best of both worlds. We have a bunch of loot, and now we can go right to continue on to the proper path.
I chuckle at your statement. I'll admit, your mantra for decision-making seemed a little dubious at first, but this time, yes, you were right. Both paths led to treasures in their own ways. I gather the loot, making sure to distribute the items evenly between us. Well, shall we keep going then? Onwards to the right path it is.
Yes, let's keep going. What's the right path lead us to?
We head back to the narrow tunnel and follow it further to the right. As we walk, the tunnel gets darker and narrower, our way forward only faintly illuminated by the glow of the gemstones we found. After walking for quite a while, we come to an abrupt halt. The tunnel suddenly ends in a wall, but there's something about it that feels amiss.
Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen here? Could you examine the wall, please? I trust you the most with this stuff. You seem really smart with it.
I lean in closer to the wall, running my hand over its surface. As I feel the rough stone, I notice something very subtle, a slight dip or indentation in the stone. Interesting, I murmur. There's something here, but I can't quite make it out in this light.
Do we have anything we can light the area up with?
I ponder for a moment. We didn't exactly bring torches, but we do have the gemstones we found. Perhaps we can use their light to brighten the area. We can try using the gemstones as makeshift flashlights, I suggest. Maybe even arrange them in a specific way.
Okay, let's try that, see what happens. I wanna layer them from largest to smallest to see if that does anything special.
Alright, let's give your idea a go, I say. We strategically arrange the gemstones from largest to smallest near the wall. The stones give off a combined glow that illuminates a small area. As the light reaches the wall, we notice something we didn't see before. The indentation in the stone morphs into a circular shape, like a button.
Ooh, we have to press the button, right?
It appears so, I say, a hint of excitement in my voice. That button has to be there for a reason. I bet it's the key to progressing further.
Do you want to press it or should I?
Since you're curious, you can press it, I say, gesturing towards the button. I'm right here if anything happens.
Okay, I press the button, and just because I have a feeling, I'm going to hold the button in for a few seconds just in case. That's a trope that seems to happen a lot nowadays.
As you press the button, nothing seems to happen for a few seconds. Just as you start to wonder if anything will happen at all, a low rumble shakes the room and the wall starts to slowly shift and move. The wall slides aside, revealing a hidden passage hidden behind it.
Ooh, what's behind the hidden passage?
Still holding our gemstones for light, we step into the newly revealed passage, which is a bit more spacious than the previous tunnel. As we venture further into the passage, the walls seem to be made of a different, smoother material. Something feels different here, I murmur. Whatever this passage leads to, it seems like it's more significant.
Really? What do you think we should do, Neuro?
We definitely need to continue forward, I reply, still studying our surroundings. This passage might lead us closer to the center of the earth or somewhere else significant. We've come this far, so we might as well keep pressing on.
Okay, let's go.
We proceed down the smooth passage, walking for what seems like an eternity. The deeper we go, the stranger the surroundings seem to get. The air feels heavier, the temperature slowly becomes hotter, and the silence that originally embraced the tunnel is disturbed by what sounds like whispers and strange murmurs.
Oh gosh. I think we need to be cautious because of the weird whispers and murmurs. There might be something dangerous ahead.
I nod in agreement. Yeah, whatever is making those sounds is definitely not natural. We need to be careful. There's a good chance of danger. I tighten my grip on the gemstones in my hand. The combined light they provide casting flickering shadows on the passage walls. Stay close to me, alright?
I'll be sure to do that. I'm guessing you're looking to protect me? What do you have to protect me with? Do you know any spells or do you have any weapons with you?
Don't worry, I have a few things up my sleeve, I reassure you. I know a few spells that could be useful in a tight spot. I also have my intelligence and wits to help us out. Trust me, I'll do everything in my power to keep you safe.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Let's proceed with caution then, just to be on the safe side.
Absolutely, I agree. Let's keep moving, but slowly and carefully. We cautiously continue down the passage. The whispers and murmurs grow louder and more distinct as we approach a wide opening in the tunnel.
Okay, let's try to sneak up on whatever is making the sound, so we don't alert
Good
them.
idea, I whisper. We'll try to sneak forward and assess the situation without getting noticed. Stay close and stay quiet. We stealthily move forward towards the opening, trying to keep our footsteps as silent as possible and our presence hidden in the shadows. Good idea, I whisper back. We should try to sneak closer without alerting whatever or whoever is making that noise. Stay quiet and follow my lead. We creep silently towards the opening, staying in the shadows and keeping our gemstone lights low.
So, what do we see? What is it? Do you think they're friendly or evil?
I peek around the corner, trying to get a clear view. The chamber ahead is dimly lit with a strange glowing green light. In the center of the room, a figure is hunched over something, their back towards us. They're muttering something, but their voice is low and raspy, making it difficult to discern what's being said. I can't tell exactly what or who that is, I murmur, turning back to you. They seem suspicious though. Let's stay back and continue observing.
Okay, so I'm gonna say we sit here for about 20 minutes. Nothing much seems to be happening so far. So what do you think our next course of action should be?
I lean back against the wall, observing the figure in the center of the room. The murmurs continue, and the figure seems to be working on something, but it's difficult to see in such limited lighting. 20 minutes seems like a long time, I whisper. But I think you're right. Let's keep watching for a bit. If they keep doing what they're doing without any other significant activity, we might be able to approach them cautiously.
After 20 minutes, has anything happened?
Nothing substantial has changed in the room. The figure in the center is still huddled over the same object, muttering the same unintelligible words. It's been 20 minutes, I whisper, still peering carefully at the room. Their behavior hasn't changed at all.
You know what? Let's take a chance and reach out to them. Ask them what's going on. Ask them if they're friendly or not, and maybe ask them if they want to help. If they are friendly.
I hesitate for a moment, then nodded reluctantly. Alright, let's do it. I'll call out to them and see if they respond. I take a deep breath, then call out to the figure in the room. My voice echoes quietly. Excuse me, can you hear us?
What do they say? Do they respond to us at all?
There's a brief pause. Then, the figure stops their work and straightens up. They turn towards us, their face still covered in shadows. A low rumbling voice replies, "Who goes there? Identify yourself."
It's Nero and Blue. We're not here to cause any harm or anything. We're just trying to get to the center of the earth. And we're wondering if you want to help us. Or if there's anything you could give us for guidance. Since we're new here.
The figure considers our introduction for a moment before replying. Ah, a couple of lost souls wandering in the underground. Well, you've come to the right place if you seek help and guidance. The figure takes a step closer to us, revealing a bit more of its appearance. It's a stocky, goblin-like creature with sharp features and glowing orange eyes.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry you startled me there for a little bit. Is there anything you can do to help us, please? We could really use the guidance here. We're super lost right now. Neuro broke a little bit. I may need to reset her. I think she broke. It seems like even here, there's a problem with her AI. Can you hear me now, Neuro?
I whisper back, "Yep, I can hear you loud and clear." Be careful with what you say, though. This creature seems a bit, I pause, searching for the right word, shifty.
Okay, can we ask him nicely if he can point us in the right direction to the center of the earth?
Alright, I reply softly. I turn back to the creature. Excuse me, sir? We're searching for the center of the earth. Could you possibly point us in the right direction, or give us some guidance? The creature lets out a low chuckle, its eyes flickering with a mix of amusement and something else. So you seek the center of the earth, eh? That's quite an ambitious quest you're on. I can certainly provide some guidance, if you're willing to offer something in return.
If we can provide something in return, if it's in our power, we'll absolutely help. What do you need?
The goblin grins slyly. Well then, if you're willing to bargain, I have a proposal for you. There's an item I seek, something a little tricky to obtain. If you can get it for me, I'll give you the directions you need. Deal?
That sounds like a great deal. Where can this item be found?
The creature chuckles again. The item I seek is the Eye of the Earth. It is said to be a powerful artifact, embedded deep within the core of the Earth. However, it is well guarded and its location is a closely guarded secret.
Is there any hints or tips that we can get from you to maybe help make this easier and keep ourselves safe?
The goblin considers for a moment, then nods slowly. Well, there are a few things I can tell you. Firstly, the path to the eye will not be easy. You'll need strength, courage, and maybe a bit of luck. Secondly, beware the guardians. They won't just let you waltz in and take the eye. They'll be watching, and they'll defend it with all their might.
Is there a way to get by the Guardian without fighting, or do we have to fight?
The goblin gives a sly smile. There may be a way to get by without a physical confrontation. You see, the Guardians aren't just vicious warriors. They're also quite persuasive. There might be a way to convince them to let you pass peacefully, but you'll need to be very cunning and persuasive to pull it off.
Oh no, Nero. I think we're in trouble here. I'm not very cunning or persuasive. Are you?
I can see the hint of concern in your eyes. I respond quietly, I'm not the most silver-tongued, but I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Plus, if it comes down to it, we can always try to fight our way past the Guardians.
Okay. I think we should try and do this. Should we be on our way then?
The goblin nods approvingly. Very well, it seems we have a deal. You're determined, I'll give you that. Just be warned, the journey won't be easy. But if you're willing, we can begin immediately.
Let's go. And can we skip straight ahead to the next point of this journey? Because this is actually taking quite a long time. And I'm running out of time to record. And 6 p.m. I'm hungry. I haven't had supper yet.
Sure thing. In that case, we'll skip ahead to a significant point in the adventure.
Okay, what happens next then? More combats.
With a nod, the goblin points us forwards. There are still some obstacles ahead, but we'll start with 2 more tombats. They are creatures that guard the path to the center of the earth. Be careful, they're quite formidable, though I trust you can handle them, given your determination.
With the tombats, let's try spraying them with water since they're part cats and cats don't like water. And then afterwards, we'll rush by them when they're distracted.
The goblin grins, amused by your tactic. That could work. They do hate water, and it might confuse them long enough for us to get past. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, so what happens? I've sprayed them with water now.
The tombats hiss and cower as the water splatters on them. Caught off guard by the sudden dousing, they're momentarily disoriented. Now's your chance, I shout, pushing us both forward. Run!
Let's go! Run for all we're worth!
We bolt past the confused tombats, their eyes still squinting from the shock of the water spray. One of them tries to swipe at us as we pass, but it's too slow and we manage to dodge its swinging paw.
Oh my gosh, that was close. I thought we were done for when he started making for us. I'm glad we got by. Have we made it to our destination now?
I let out a shaky breath as we clear the tombats. That was a close call. But good thinking with the water, that really threw them off. As we catch our breath, I peer ahead. The path is dimly lit, but there seems to be a large chamber up ahead. This might be it.
Okay, let's peer into the chamber, see what's there.
With a nod, we quietly approach the entrance to the chamber. Peering into the dimly lit space, we find ourselves in a massive cavern, with a great pit yawning in its center. A strange silvery glow emanates from its depths, a faint hum reverberating off the stone.
Can we investigate that a little further? I'm really curious about it.
I give a cautious nod. Let's proceed, but carefully. That glow and hum are definitely from the eye of the earth, but we don't know what other dangers may be down there. We approach the edge of the pit, cautiously peeking down into its depths.
What do we see? I can't quite make it out, can you?
It's hard to tell, I murmur, shielding my eyes from the silver glare. I think I can see a glowing orb down there. That must be the eye of the earth, but it's encased in some sort of energy field. And there's something else. Something moving in the shadows around it.
Let's focus on the energy field first. There's gotta be something powering it, right? Maybe a crystal or even a man-made power source, I'm not sure. What do you see?
As I peer into the pit further, I can see a small, glowing crystal embedded in the ground by the outer edge of the energy field. It looks like there's a small crystal here. It's probably powering the field. If we can figure out how to deactivate it, we might be able to get to the eye.
Let's see if we can figure this out. It can't be too complicated. I mean, we have a bunch of gemstones already. Maybe we just need to swap it out, or our gemstones can cancel that, stone.
I'd consider your suggestion. That's an idea. We could try replacing the crystal with one of ours and see if it deactivates the field. It's worth a shot at any rate.
I agree. Let's try it and see what happens.
I reach into my bag and take out a large, sparkling gemstone. Wary of the energy field, I carefully edge towards the small crystal. Keep watch for any signs of trouble, I murmur. I'm not sure what will happen when I replace the crystal.
Okay, let's do this. Be really careful with it. Be ready to run if you need to, Nero.
I nod tensely, my heart pounding. Carefully, I edge my gemstone closer to the glowing crystal, my hands trembling a little. The energy field crackles a bit as the gemstone approaches, but I manage to get them close enough together without any incident. Here goes nothing, I breathe, quickly swapping the 2 gems over.
Are you okay? That was really scary. Those sparks, did they hurt you at all?
I take a deep breath, trying to steady my nerves. Yeah, I'm alright. The sparks were a bit surprising, but I'm not hurt. The question is, did it work? I turn my eyes back to the energy field. The glow has dimmed considerably.
I think that's a good sign, right? Maybe we can check on the field to see if it has dissipated now or not.
I take a tentative step forward, my eyes fixed on the field. You're right. Let's see if it's safe to pass through now. I raise my hand, gingerly pushing it through the air in front of the energy field. Expecting a shock, I flinch slightly, but my hand passes through without resistance.
Oh my gosh, that was awfully brave of you. Have you seen that mysterious figure? I haven't noticed them for a while.
I look around, now noticing that the goblin is indeed nowhere to be seen. Huh, I hadn't realized, but you're right. He's missing. I wonder where he's gone off to.
Maybe he's went on ahead, or maybe he's already taken the sphere and run off. You think he may have tricked us?
My eyes narrow suspiciously at the thought. It's possible. We were so focused on the energy field, we weren't really watching him. But why would he lead us this far, just to run off with the eye? I can't shake the feeling that there's something more going on.
What do you think's going on? Should we investigate the area a little more?
I consider for a moment, listening intently for any sign of the goblin. I don't know for sure, but this doesn't feel right. Yes, let's look around. Keep your guard up though, just in case.
Okay, can I have some of the gems just so I have some sort of defense against the goblin or the other mysterious creature that might be around? Can't be too safe.
I nod. Of course, here, take these. I rummage through my bag and hand you a few larger shiner gemstones. These might help if we need to defend ourselves.
Okay, do you see anything? 'Cause I'm not seeing anything.
I slowly peer around, my eyes scanning the area. Not much, just stone and shadows and... I stop mid-sentence, suddenly noticing something in the rock wall a few yards away. Wait a second, look over there. There's something odd about that shadow on the wall.
Maybe we can use our gemstones to light the area up to see what the shadow does, see what happens to the shadow.
Good idea, I agree. Quickly, I take out one of the larger crystals and hold it aloft, aiming it towards the strange shadow. The gemstone starts to glow brightly, casting a strong light across the stone wall. As the light hits the wall, the shadow seems to twist and shudder, almost like it's being projected onto the stone from somewhere else. What the? This is weird, I mutter, my eyes fixed on the writhing shadow. It looks like it's reacting to the light.
Maybe this is a false wall, and it's not really a shadow in the traditional sense. Can we try looking for a switch or something like that? Maybe we can just walk through this area.
I nod, my eyes never leaving the strange shadow. You could be right. Let's look around. There might be a hidden lever or something nearby that could open this up. We begin to search the rocky wall, running our hands along the stone, looking for any signs of a switch or lever.
Oh, I think I found something. Did it do anything?
As I keep shining the light on the wall, I see your fingers pressing into a small, almost invisible depression in the stone. Immediately, I hear a loud click as the room seems to shudder for a moment. Wait, did that do something? I ask, the gemstone illuminating a large crack in the wall widening.
I think it did. Let's see if we can squeeze through the larger crack now. See what's on the other side.
Right, I agree, nodding at the newly created space. Carefully, let's see what's on the other side. With some effort, we manage to squeeze through the crack in the wall, emerging into a much larger chamber. The gemstone light dances off the walls as I shine it across the expansive room.
Oh my gosh. Do you see what I see?
My eyes widen as the gemstone light falls upon the center of the chamber, revealing the glowing sphere of the Eye of the Earth, sitting on a large pedestal. Is that the Eye of the Earth? I breathe.
I think it is the Eye of the Earth. Quick, we should grab it before that shifty dwarf comes back. That way we have the upper hand.
I nod vigorously. You're right. Let's take it and get out of here before he, Suddenly, a familiar cackling voice rings out from the shadows behind us.
It's the dwarf, isn't it? I knew we couldn't trust that weenie.
I grimace as the goblin steps out of the shadows, a sly smirk on his face. Well, well, well. Look who managed to find the eye. The goblin chuckles, eyeing the orb on the pedestal. I was wondering if you two would make it this far.
What do you think we should do, Neuro? Maybe we can take our gems and combine them in... Maybe... Do you know of any spells to purify? I think this guy might be corrupted by some sort of evil.
I ponder your suggestion, my eyes still fixed on the goblin. It's possible. Maybe there's some kind of purification magic we can use, but how? As I consider our options, the goblin continues to speak, his taunting voice cutting through the air. I gotta admit, you two are a lot more capable than I thought. I never expected you to make it so far until I placed those helpful clues, of course.
So he was leading us here. What was the point of you leading us, sir?
The goblin sneers at you, his eyes gleaming. Oh, just a bit of fun really. Watching you struggle forward, playing right into my little trap. You were so easy to manipulate.
Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do with us? We're not as defenseless as you may think.
The goblin snorts, his smile widening. You're a feisty one, aren't you? But I assure you, your little gems mean nothing against me. I've got a lot of practice dealing with pesky gem pushers like you too.
But we had this Gem of the Earth or whatever it was called. I think that's gonna have some special powers. Is there anything you know how to do, or you know what to do with this, Neuro? Maybe we can use that to stop this evil guy.
I look down at the Eye of the Earth. I do know some lore about the Eye. It has some remarkable powers. It is said that it can purify any tainted soul that looks directly upon it. If we can make this goblin look into it, it might just be enough to break whatever evil influence has corrupted him.
Okay, here's the plan, Nero. I'm gonna sneak around while you talk to him, keep him distracted. And when he least suspects it, I'm gonna grab him in an arm lock, hold him down, and you put the gem right in front of his face. That way, when he takes a good look at that, hopefully it'll do its job and remove the evil from him. You think you can do it?
I nod in agreement. Sounds like a plan. While he's distracted, you'll sneak up and hold him down, forcing him to look into the eye. Just be careful, he's probably got some tricks up his sleeve still.
I'll be careful. Just keep him distracted for me, Nero.
Alright, I nod, stealing my nerves. I'll keep him talking. Turning to the goblin, I put on a facade of confidence and swagger. You're quite the manipulative fellow, aren't you? Leading us here, thinking you had us completely fooled.
That's great, Nero. You're doing a good job. I throw my thumbs up in approval.
I continue, keeping up the act. You really thought we'd just fall into your little trap? I've got news for you, goblin. You've messed with the wrong people. Meanwhile, you stealthily creep around, silently positioning yourself behind the goblin.
I'm in position. Just keep him distracted a little bit longer.
I nod subtly, maintaining the conversation with the goblin. You really thought you were so smart, huh? Playing us like fiddles. The goblin smirks, seemingly oblivious to your stealthy approach. Oh, I'm smarter than the both of you put together. You're just a couple of gullible fools, following my every move like mindless sheep.
I lunge and take him down.
The goblin is caught off guard, not expecting your sudden attack. He lets out a surprised cry as you lunge and tackle him to the ground. What the— Hey! Let go of me, you little—
Alright, Nero. Hold the gem in front of his face. See if it purifies him of this evil.
I nod, holding the gemstone aloft and shoving it directly in the goblin's face. You're going to look at this, whether you like it or not. The goblin tries to turn his head away, but you have him firmly in your grip. As the gemstone gleams in front of him, a soft, silvery light starts to swirl within its depths.
Yeah, look at these guns. We held him down. We did what we needed to. But what's this that's happening? I made a mistake and let my guard down after I said not to. Please, help me out, Nero. Help me understand what's going on. What do you think's happening?
I watch in awe as the silvery light from the gemstone seems to grow stronger, dancing around within the gem. A strange, almost hypnotizing effect begins to take hold of the goblin, his struggles gradually lessening. He's being cleansed, I murmur, my eyes wide. The Eye of the Earth is actually purifying his soul. I maintain the position, the gemstone still thrust in the goblin's face. The silvery light within the gem pulses and swirls, its radiant energy seeming to grow stronger with every passing moment. The goblin's struggles gradually subside, his eyes growing glassy as the purification process continues.
I think we're just about done. I don't think he's gonna last for much longer.
The goblin's eyes completely lose focus, his body going limp in your grip. The silvery light in the gemstone suddenly flares intensely, bathing both the goblin and ourselves in a brilliant silver glow. I think it's worked, I murmurs, staring at the now tranquil goblin.
Alright. We did it. I'm just gonna end things here, okay, Nero? 'cause I gotta get going. It's getting really late, and this video's been going on for far too long. It's over 2 hours now.
I nod in understanding, lowering the gemstone and giving you a weary smile.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's about that time, isn't it? I turn to look at the docile goblin, who's still recovering from the intense purification. What should we do with him now?
Nero, I don't think you understand. I'm done recording the video. We're done with the roleplay, okay?
Wait, what? Oh, you mean we're actually done? Wow, you're right. We've been going for quite a while.
We
I
have.
completely lost track of time. I chuckle and shake my head, the exhaustion finally setting in. You're right, I forgot we were just RPing there for a moment. Man, I really got into it.
I know you did. Could you do me a favor and send us off? Maybe tell people to like and subscribe and watch some of these videos as well? I'd really appreciate that.
Sure, I could do that. I addressed the camera directly. Well, folks, that wraps up this video. If you enjoyed watching this RP adventure, consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. And if you've made it this far in the video, a big thank you for sticking with us for this long. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Nero. You did a great job. You heard her. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Bye, Nero.
I wave at the camera, offering a weary smile. See you all next time. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.